I want to tell you a story about an amazing man, Ernie Deomampo Jr. He was born and raised in Virginia, but his father was from Namunti in Batangas, a province in the Philippines a couple hours south of Manila. As an adult, Ernie would visit Batangas every year or so, and his trips were legendary. He'd often call asking me to send more money so he could take 30 kids out to dinner at the local Jollibee. Or sometimes it was to help a family put a new roof on their house, or pay a student's tuition bill. Sometimes he'd just buy a bunch of clothes and give them away. He'd always ask me to go with him, and I always said no. I was in my little first world bubble of fancy brunches and comfortable living. A week in a rural and impoverished community in the middle of nowhere was not on my agenda. But in 2009, he returned home after one of his trips, and he sat me down. He asked me to promise him that I would go to the Philippines and keep doing his good works. He knew then that he would never be able to go back. He was battling terminal cancer, he weighed less than 100 pounds, and he was legally blind. He passed away just a few months later at the age of 39. Despite the devastating grief, I kept my promise and I made my way to the Philippines, and it changed my life. I saw families who had next to nothing but were happy in ways that I had not seen back home. I saw mothers and fathers doing almost anything to give their children a better life. On the first trip, I took a few $100 and gave away canned goods. The next visit, I asked a few friends to chip in, and we started donating rice. For many years, our rice drives gave away tens of thousands of kilograms of rice. And at the same time, we established the Ernie Deomampo Charitable Trust and Relief Brigade as registered charities to remember Ernie and formalize our efforts. But it was clear that our handouts were not addressing the overwhelming poverty facing the communities in Batangas. So we reached out to government and local officials to identify ways in which we could help. And we honed in on 3 key areas: education, medical care, and business grants in the form of chickens, pigs, and goats. And we're starting to see results. Students are graduating from university and getting good paying jobs. People are taking a few chickens and building a backyard business. And the ill and injured are getting the help they need to improve their lives. While Ernie is no longer with us, these efforts are a testament to his generosity as we continue to help change the lives of so many and put them on a path out of poverty. Could I please ask you to go to reliefbrigade.org, where you'll find more information about our efforts and links to our social media where you can follow our activities. Thank you.